Chapter 6, Tails You Win. In Chapter 6 of The Psychology of Money, Morgan Housel introduces one of the most counterintuitive truths about success. You can be wrong half the time and still make a fortune. He explains that in business and investing, a tiny handful of events, called tail events, drive the vast majority of outcomes. These rare, outsized successes are so powerful that they can not only compensate for numerous failures, but also generate immense wealth. The key insight is that perfection is not required. What matters is having enough patience and diversification to stay in the game until one of those tail events occurs. Failure is normal and expected. Housel emphasizes that we consistently underestimate how normal it is for things to fail. Most companies underperform or go bankrupt. Most investments don't pan out, and most ideas don't work. Yet we tend to overreact when failure happens, assuming it signals a larger problem. The author uses the example of the Russell 3000 index, where 40% of stocks lost at least 70% of their value and never recovered. Yet the index as a whole delivered strong returns because the 7% of exceptional performers more than offset the rest. Failure, therefore, is not something to fear, but something to expect as part of the process. The Walt Disney and Amazon examples. To illustrate how tail events drive success, Housel shares compelling examples. Walt Disney suffered enormous losses and mounting debt from failed projects until Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs became a massive hit that paid off everything and transformed the company. Similarly, Amazon lost millions on failures like the Fire Phone, but small projects like Amazon Prime and AWS saved the company and made it profitable. Jeff Bezos reportedly told shareholders not to worry about the Fire Phone's failure, noting that Amazon was working on even bigger failures to come because he understood that tails drive everything. Lessons for investors. For investors, this chapter offers a powerful lesson. Diversification and patience are essential because you never know which investments will become the tail events. Even legendary investors like Warren Buffett make bad trades. As George Soros put it, it's not whether you're right or wrong that's important, but how much money you make when you're right and how much you lose when you're wrong. The goal is not to avoid being wrong, but to ensure that when you're right, the gains are substantial enough to outweigh all the mistakes. The definition of investing genius. Housel concludes the chapter with a memorable quote. A good definition of investing genius is the man or woman who can do the average thing when all those around them are going crazy. During market crashes or moments of panic, most people lose their composure and make emotional decisions. The true genius is the one who remains steady, sticks to the plan, and understands that most days aren't as important as the rare, critical moments when opportunity arises. By staying calm when others panic, you position yourself to benefit from the tail events that drive long-term success.